Hey everybody, Jason here. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully all is well. It's Sunday already. I posted a video last week Wednesday, and Sunday really came up fast. How's everyone's weekend go? Just gonna do a quick video today. Smoking my Chris Morgan blackjack with a little Cabbie's mixture. This stuff is awesome so far. This is the first time I'm having it. I let it sit for a little bit, popped the tin and let it dry out, and then today I rubbed out some flakes and let it sit for like 15 to 30 minutes, and it's staying lit pretty well, so that's good for a Gawith blend, I guess. 2 weeks and let it dry a little bit, but it's pretty cool actually. A lot of the top here is pretty rubbed out. Kind of see what it looks like. Right now it kind of looks like a rubbed out ready rub or something like that. Here, let me grab through the flakes. They're kind of like the what is it, Peter Stokkebye's luxury bullseye flake, but they're a lot smaller. I don't know if you can kind of see that. Kind of. But yeah, they're really good. Put the tin neck together here. It's wasn't what it was really different than what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be more like kind of like Peter Stokkebye's, but they're a lot smaller. And I don't know, I just love Gawith blends. So recording a little differently today. I'm using my iPhone with just my iPhone. So hopefully the quality's all right. Normally I use, like I said in the first video, my 60D. The benefit of this, I can, move in and out and not have to worry about the focus because it's all doing it automatically. Must say I'm really enjoying my my pipe smoking evenings now because they're more few and far between. I did one last Wednesday and now tonight, and that's like pretty much it. But this is my last semester in college. I'm a radio, TV, film major, and I'm in a capstone course this semester, which is basically, it's not a thesis project, but it's basically like that. And I didn't plan out the whole college thing exactly right, so this is actually one of the biggest semester loads I've had since I've been in college. I've been in college way too long. I changed my major several times, but I've always been really big in video and media and all of that. So actually, for my capstone course, one of the things we're making some short films, and I'm really big into sound design, sound effects, Foley, all that stuff that is behind the scenes more or less when you're watching a movie or a film or TV show. But I'm the sound guy, and actually, basically in our class, most of you probably don't care about this, but this is what I have to talk about. So basically in our class, it's you basically get to pick what you want to do. If you want to be a cinematographer, if you want to be a producer, if you want to be the director. There's quite a few writers in our class, and I'm like the only person that wants to do sound. So originally, fire trucks. This would be a great opportunity to record sound. I don't know if you guys can even hear that. I'll let it pass. All right, I think we're good. Actually, it sounded like they stopped fairly close to us. Fire truck, I think. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was the only person who really wants to do sound in my class. So originally I got assigned to do the sound work, which means being a boom operator, which is, the guy with the long pole and the microphone at the end, that you see behind the scenes on movies for 5 films, as well as the sound design and Foley. And what Foley is basically is that you add in, simplistically, you sync sound to what they're doing on the screen. So say somebody is just walking down the street. So based on their footsteps, you would add in those footsteps if it called for that. There's a lot of other things too, keys jingling, even like smoking this pipe right now. like in Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, when they're in the prancing pony, when Aragorn's smoking his pipe, and you see the embers light up, and you hear that kind of like, that's all Foley work that people do behind the scenes for sound. So originally I was supposed to do 5, which basically the semester ends mid-May, and we don't start shooting till mid-March. So doing 5 films would have been really crazy. So I'm like, Professor, can I get out of a couple of these? Because most people, like cinematography-wise or editors, are doing 2 to 3. So I bumped down to 3, thankfully. Wow. Semester's really ramping up, though, with that. We had a few production meetings today. It's kind of interesting. There's 3 different genres that I'm basically working on. One's kind of like a film noir, not really gangster, but it's like a detective cop kind of thing. All the films are going to be short films, 6 to 10 minutes or so. So that's one. It's going to take place in a bar and interrogation room. Our local police station is actually going to be really cool and let us use one of their interrogation rooms for filming, which is awesome. The other one is kind of a comedy horror. I would almost kind of rank it almost in the realm of like scary movie, but not. It's really hard to explain, actually, but basically it starts off as like an 80s public service announcement. I can't think of any examples right now. But it starts off as an 80s public service announcement that actually turns into like there's like a glitch in the public service announcement realm, and like everybody freezes, and like one of the public service announcement people named what did the writer call him? I think it's Bobby Brinks, which is a kind of a joke off of Billy Blanks. Maybe it's Bobby Blanks and I don't remember, but it's the Tybo guy. Who does all the Tybo instruction stuff. It's based off of him. So basically he snaps and he goes on a killing spree to take out all these public service announcement people. The way I'm explaining it, it just sounds off the wall bonkers, but it's actually really cool. The writer would be able to do better justice of explaining it, but that one's going to be kind of like a comedy thriller, horror, but the horror side of it's going to be really like almost kind of like cheesy. It's going to be just a all-around fun project to do, just to work on various things, the cinematographers, sound design, and all that. And the last one is going to be a little more intense, I guess you could say. It's basically dealing. It's not set in stone yet, but this guy, the writer's not totally set in stone yet. If his significant other passed away in a car accident or a breakup after basically a long-term relationship, and basically the person's going to go to sleep, obviously in an emotional state, and in their dream they're going to go through 4 or 5 stages of depression, basically. So it's going to be a very like emotional, real film. So that'll be a challenge, especially to do it right. But I can't remember all the stages exactly, but I think it's not in this order, but I think it's anger, bargaining, depression. I think there's one other one, and the final one is acceptance. But that's going to be a very difficult film to do right. And obviously, depression's a very real thing, so we want to do it justice. But I think that'll be a very fun, but I guess almost maybe even emotional project. But that'll be a good one. That one's more real. So it'll be interesting to go from the whole comedy to like the kind of gangster to the more real kind of a film. But overall, it should be a lot of fun. Very different challenges for me as well. The comedy, there's going to be a lot of dialogue, so I'm going to be doing a lot of on-set sound work, with minimal Foley sound design, sound effects in post. And then the gangster film noir kind of style, that one's going to be quite a bit of dialogue as well, but fairly minimal post-production there. And then the other one on depression is actually going to be no dialogue, and that's going to be a lot of sound design, a lot of atmospheric kind of feelings, very muted sound, kind of very surreal, dreamlike stuff. So that'll be a challenge, but it should be a lot of fun actually. I'm really looking forward to it, but it's going to be a lot of work. One of my dreams actually has always been to work in sound design for stuff like Lord of the Rings or video games like at Blizzard Entertainment, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, even television shows. There's a lot of them out there, but that'd be a lot of fun. I've been rambling a lot in this video, and nothing's really been about pipe smoking hardly, except for the Cabbie's mixture. But almost done with this now, and it's really good. It's very it's kind of like Full Virginia, but it's got Perique in it, so it's got that little extra kick and flair when you do the retro hail. It's really good stuff. I just can't get enough of Gawith blends. There's so many to try too. I really want to try Brown Sugar Flake. I'll have to try and get some from the Danish pipe shop, but I've been rambling for a long time, so yep, that's pretty much what I have going on this week. A lot of production videos, or a lot of production meetings we're going to have, and shooting starts in 2 weeks, and that'll be a lot of time. Basically, it'll be almost 2 solid weeks of shooting, either on weekends, at night after class, and we have spring break in there, which that whole week's going to be like 12-hour day shoots, so it'll be interesting. A lot of experience to be gained, that's for sure. But hopefully I didn't bore any of you too much with all my talk about film and television and sound and all that. But hopefully you found that kind of interesting. And if you did, let me know in the comments. Just if you guys have any experience with that, or maybe something you like about that kind of stuff. Or to me, I obviously I love films, but I like experiencing them in the theater, but one of the biggest things when I go to buy a DVD or Blu-ray is it's got to have all the special features, because I love just seeing how all that stuff's made. Just in general, actually, seeing how stuff's made. I love watching pipe makers make their pipes. I'm going off on other kind of rambling. Blacksmithing is awesome. Man-at-Arms. If you guys have never heard of that, it's a YouTube thing. Basically, they make nerdy weapons from films, television, video games, and all that kind of stuff. I just like seeing how stuff's made. It's just really cool. The how it's made show always was just super intriguing to me. But I've been talking way too much. Hopefully I didn't bore people too much. But otherwise, have a great week, everybody. And yeah, take care.